climber, and I'm going to show you how to get down it.
The most important thing when you start down here is to take your time. And so many accidents happen climbing is the adrenaline gets going and you rush it. And I'll tell you, you can get it right 1,000 times, but you only need one mistake for it to all go wrong.
These rocks are incredibly slippery, and it's easy to make mistakes. To make it down, I'll need to follow some basic climbing rules.
Let your legs take the pressure. You know, so many people try and always climb with their arms, and your arms give up. Your legs are much, much stronger. And just use your arms to steady you and to balance you.
There's loads of loose rocks, so I have to test every handhold.
The force of the water now about halfway down is making it much harder. It's like trying to down climb whilst giving someone a piggyback. Okay.
The final bit is almost vertical. This freezing glacial water is a torrent, and it's pushing me down hard. And the cold is making it much worse.
This water is just so cold, and my hands are getting so numb up there I can hardly hold on. But I tell you what, looking back up there, that is much steeper than I ever thought it was going to be when I started down it. Whew.
It's light nearly 24 hours a day here in the summer. You wouldn't know it, but it's already 10 at night. I've been walking for hours and hours, and I need to rest. I have to build a shelter and then light a fire to dry my clothes. In a survival situation, it's vital to keep your morale up, and for me, there's nothing better than a fire. There are nearly 6 million acres of forest in Alaska, and much of it is covered in spruce and alder, both of which are great for building shelters.
To build the shelter, I'm going to need like 10 or so of these alder saplings. And the best way of cutting these is to bend it over until you see the stress out of it. And then when those fibres are under stress, you can just show it with a knife and it will cut through.
You can recognise an alder by the leaves. They're serrated and they grow alternately up the stem. And I'm using the spruce for the roof.
What I'm making here is what's called a half dome shelter, and if I push that end in here and then bring these two together, and then what you do is just start to interweave it.
To waterproof it, you start at the bottom, then move up, putting one layer on top of the one below.
And then I need fire.
I always carry a flint to light a fire. Normally this willow down makes excellent kindling, but it's damp, so lighting this fire is going to be a struggle.
And that's used up half of it. The first failed attempt.
And that's a relief. Black bears kill fewer people than grizzlies, but in 90% of their attacks, they literally stalk humans as prey. Many locals carry a gun. If you haven't got one, your only option is to grab a stick and try to jab it in the eyes. Your body has an internal clock, which makes you sleep when it's dark and wake when it's light. So in a place like this, where it's only dark for 4 hours, a full night's sleep is going to be difficult. And then, of course, they're the bears.
It's about 2 a.m. and I can just hear something rustling around that. Just see it. Can you hear this? Listen. Whether it's a moose or whether it's a bear.
just hoping that I've got a fire going that they'll be put off by